The dream of return. For more than 10 years, Crimea has stood as the forbidden land. But now, Ukraine whispers a new word: return. The question is not if, it's when. And when it begins, the world will hold its breath. The Fortress Peninsula. Crimea isn't just land, it's a fortress. Every hill hides bunkers, every beach wired with mines. The Black Sea Fleet guards its coast like a wounded animal. And above all, the Kremlin believes, whoever holds Crimea, holds the heart of the empire. Ukraine's gamble. For Kiev, this is the ultimate risk. To strike at Crimea means to strike at Putin's pride. It means daring the nuclear edge. But for Ukraine, without Crimea, victory will never be complete. Shadows of 2014. The wounds of 2014 still bleed. When Russian troops took Crimea without a single shot fired, the world watched, but did nothing. Now, Kiev wants history rewritten, no longer in silence, but in fire. The new front line. Kherson and Zaporizhia, once rear zones, are now the launch pads of the Great Return. Every drone, every HIMARS strike, now points south, to Crimea. The silent build-up. Nothing about this assault is loud. Ukraine doesn't announce, it prepares. Convoys move at night. Bridges are reinforced. Every whisper from the south hides a secret. The siege has already begun. The war of supplies. To take Crimea, you don't just need soldiers, you need supply. Fuel, shells, food, and faith. And in this war, logistics decide who bleeds first. Russia's response. The Kremlin feels the tremor. Satellite images, intercepted calls. They know something is coming. Russian reinforcements flood into Crimea. But fear moves faster than soldiers. The Sky War. The first battles won't be on the ground. They'll be in the sky. Drones and missiles dance above Crimea. Each strike carving a message. We are coming. The moral divide. Inside Crimea, the people wait, in silence, in fear, in hope. Some wave Russian flags, others whisper Ukrainian songs. The land is divided not by borders, but by hearts. The Bridge of Fire. The Kerch Bridge, Russia's lifeline to Crimea. Ukraine has already struck it once, and it will strike again, because when that bridge falls, Crimea becomes an island, and Russia isolated. The battle for the skies. Air superiority is no longer about jets. It's about intelligence, precision, and endurance. Ukraine's drones are the new air force, small, cheap, unstoppable. The Black Sea Front. The Black Sea, once a Russian lake, now turns hostile. Ukraine's sea drones cut through the waves, turning Moscow's fleet into targets. The hidden resistance. Inside Crimea, a quiet resistance grows. They sabotage railways, leak coordinates, spread hope. They are the eyes of Ukraine in enemy land. The propaganda war. Moscow tells its people Crimea is untouchable, but videos of explosions say otherwise. The battle for truth is as fierce as the one for land. The cost of hope. For every step closer to Crimea, Ukraine pays in blood. Villages are razed, soldiers buried. Yet the dream doesn't die, it grows. The Kremlin's dilemma. For Putin, Crimea is personal. Losing it means losing power, and perhaps everything. Western shadows. Behind Ukraine's push, NATO watches closely. They provide weapons, but not men. Because if Crimea burns, the whole world could ignite. The psychological war. Every night, Russian soldiers in Crimea hear the hum of drones and wonder, when will it be their turn? The siege is not just physical, it's inside the mind. The lines are moving. No one announces it, but the front lines shift. Every day, a few more meters reclaimed. A few more Russian outposts gone. This is how a siege tightens, slowly, inevitably. The war of nerves. Both sides wait for the other to break. Ukraine tests patience. Russia tests resolve. But in a long war, patience is also a weapon. The night raids. Every night, shadows descend over Crimea. Saboteurs, drones, and commandos. the invisible army of the South. The collapse of command. Reports emerge. Russian officers refusing orders. Bases arguing over command. The cracks in the empire grow wider each day. The people's cry. From Melitopol to Sevastopol, people whisper, "It's coming." They hear the drones, see the smoke, and dare to hope again. The turning tide. The Black Sea Fleet retreats deeper. Airbases are abandoned. And for the first time, Crimea feels vulnerable. The counterstrike. Moscow won't surrender easily. Missiles rain on Ukrainian cities. But with each attack, the will of Kiev hardens. The final push. The offensive begins. Columns move south. Waves of blue arrows on the map. Crimea trembles. The breaking point. Russian lines buckle. Panic spreads. The defenders realize the fortress is no longer theirs. The flag returns. On the horizon, a blue and yellow flag rises again. Tears, smoke, silence. Crimea, not conquered, but reclaimed. The world holds its breath. The siege of Crimea may end. But the story of this war is far from over. Because in every victory lies a question. What comes next?